What's going on YouTube? So when it comes to brands that make a lot of changes all the time, Kia is one of those brands. And they also have a very wide variety of crossovers available on the market. One of their longest running nameplates and most popular models is this right here, the Kia Sorento. And today we're standing next to the refreshed 2024 model. It's got a lot of changes to the exterior, interior, as well as the trim structure. So let's go ahead, dive right in, and take a detailed first look. So the first place we should start off with is the exterior design. This is a place where you'll see obvious changes if you know what the Sorento has previously looked like. What they have done is kind of integrate the newest Kia design language in. They've also added some elements and influence, I think, from the Kia EV9 electric crossover, which is coming to the US market very shortly. So up here in the front, you're gonna notice a kind of more machoed tiger nose grille. So it has a different shape to it, a little bit more squared off. We also have a gloss black finish here in the middle. And then our Kia emblem has moved up here to the top of the hood. Now, you heard me mention that there's going to be some new trims available. We're actually standing next to one of those new things. This is the Sorento X Pro. So they're going to have an X Pro version for the very first time on the Sorento model. And you can add that to the EX trim level. And the rest of the trim levels will also remain the same. Some of the things that they add with the X Pro, of course, is going to be a little bit more of a rugged design going on through here. And it is also going to get you a little bit more of a rugged look on your lower fascia as well. Even more eye-catching than the updated grille, though, are these updated lights. Check these out. We have a very cool looking stacked LED light going on here for your headlight, and then Kia is known for their amber daytime running lights, and as you can see, those will remain here on the Sorento, but with a new and much larger design going all the way through the grille, all the way up here, and then back down to the bottom. I think it's a very cool look, especially seeing it here in person. Now, as we move on to our wheel options, of course, Kia is going to give you some new choices this year. This is the new X Pro model, so this one's going to come with exclusive 17-inch alloy wheels. As you can see, a unique look on board, but the important thing that makes the X Pro differentiated and more capable is the fact that we have all-terrain tires. This is the only trim that's going to come with the all-terrain tires. Up above, we've got some black accents as well as a gloss black finish to our mirrors, and they're going to come with the normal assortment of things, including a standard blind spot monitoring system.
Now here at the side with the Sorento, you're not going to see much different for this refreshed model, besides for those X Pro changes, which we've already pointed out. Additionally, we are going to have raised roof rails, which is a nice touch for all your extra capability that you might be looking for in your SUV. Now, moving around to the rear design of this refreshed Sorento, you will notice that there are some new elements back here, although the rear definitely receives less updates than what we see in the front. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, one of the things that I'm really noticing here is that we have an aggressive spoiler. For an SUV, you don't typically see a spoiler this large. The Sorento has a really cool looking one. We also do have our Kia branding right here. And as far as our taillights are concerned, these are going to be updated. So the overall shape looks very similar. However, these are going to be a new LED design. As you can see, we kind of have the bracket shape going around for the accenting. And I also assume that the other elements would be LED. Dropping down to this lower area, of course, with this new X Pro model, we have a lot of rugged matte black plastic. The X Pro is also going to increase your tow rating to 4,000 pounds. Now, as far as your safety systems are concerned, the Kia Sorento is going to come standard with quite a few of them. Actually, all 4 active safety features as standard equipment. We're also going to have Highway Drive Assist 2.0. But guys, there are some really cool interior changes that we can't wait to show you. But first,
if you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We may be young, but we love cars.
And we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family. Let's learn a lot, have some fun with all the latest cars.
Now, as cool as the exterior updates are, let's move on to the interior updates, because those are what will, impact you more in the day-to-day living with this Sorento. Now, of course, you are going to have smart entry like you would expect for any new model. And take a look inside the interior. We're obviously going to have a lot of luxury, just like the Sorento already had, but there's also some big tech enhancements, which I will talk about in just a second. Let's first kind of talk about the seats though, because as you can see, these are beautifully done seats. I love the way these look. X Pro is going to allow you to get some exclusive color choices. Obviously, we don't have full information on this, so I'm not sure exactly which color this is, but as you can see, it's a very rich color. And Kia has said they like to do a lot of like natural tones with the X Pro, and that's why they have chosen a color like this inside of this model. Now the seats themselves are going to be power adjusting. You have 4-way lumbar, you have power thigh extension, a lot of different choices there, and you also have memory seating located right there on the door trim. But let's climb inside and get into the details. Now that we're inside, let's get into some of the luxury and the materials. So over here on our door trim, we have a nice brown leather running all through here. We've got the black contrast going through there, and we do have soft touch plastic on the top with a lot of faux wood accents. You'll see the same faux wood accents run through here. And even though this is fake wood, it is very realistic looking. I like the overall texture of this and design. As we come down to the lower panels, it's not going to be padded along the console, but we do have some piano black trim, which will finish all the area around the shifter. Now, let's go ahead and see if we can get the electronics fired up here with our push button start. Obviously, we're inside, so we're not going to fully start up the vehicle. Looks like that's not going to be cooperative because we are at an auto show, so the battery is probably running low. But this is a big element of this refresh, this display setup. So what Kia has done is substituted out the previous dual setup where you have the traditional gauge cluster and the display. Now we've got the panoramic monitor, which is going to be two 12.3-inch displays, one for your gauge cluster, one for your infotainment system. This is a much cleaner, fresher look. They've also squared off the edges of these displays, as you can see, which gives it kind of a boxy look that matches with the overall vibe that the Sorento is giving. Now, as we return back over here to this area, we are going to have a very beautiful looking steering wheel. It's going to have a two-tone finish, kind of like a Volvo. It's going to be manual tilt and telescoping, and heating is also available. Let's turn to our center storage here. We've got a bunch of it, very spacious, just like before. Kia has done some work here with the console area though, so you'll notice we got our two cup holders here. This is going to be expanded now to be a lot larger. It looks like it doesn't have a lid anymore. And you also have your wireless phone charging pad right through there with some charging USB ports. The shifter. Okay, this shifter is new this year. As you can see, it has been redesigned, but it's still traditional, not a push button one. Drive mode controllers, all that stuff is going to be right here. And of course, you're going to have a 360 camera available as well. Now up the kind of handlebar area, just like the Telluride, we have our controls for our 3-stage heated seats. This top model will also have ventilated seats as well. And our climate controls here, we've got that latest setup. Of course, I do apologize that they're not lit up, but this is the new setup like you've seen in the EV6 and some other Kias, where you have both your audio and climate controls integrated into one unit, and you can switch back and forth which one you're controlling. The infotainment system is a big improvement as well because you have the latest iteration. So this is going to be an all-new system called Connected Car Navigation, and this system is going to allow you for the very first time to have wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. So all you people that have been asking about that, rejoice, because you will now have that with this new system that's upgraded in a lot of different ways. Now, wrapping up the front of the cabin, we do have a smart camera rear view mirror with auto dim and HomeLink remotes. And then up top, you'll find a very large panoramic sunroof. The front portion does open up and you have a sunshade.
All right, and let's go ahead and check out the rear seat area with the Sorento. Now, as you can see, this is not changing much for the refreshed model. However, it didn't need to because this is a very nice place to spend time. Let's dive in with just overall space figures. As you can see, I'm 5'9". This seat is adjusted to Drew, who's 5'8", and I'm still having quite a bit of knee space left. I also have room for my feet up underneath the seat, and these are captain's chairs that slide forward and back. I believe you can also get bench seating for this refreshed model as well. Now, as far as features here in the center, we do have these nice little vents. And then dropping below that, we have a 12-volt outlet. We have a household style outlet, as well as USB ports in the back of each of the seats. As far as the door trim is concerned, we do have a really nice door trim. Some more of that faux wood going on through here. Nice silver door handle. We also have rear window sunshades, which I certainly like. And I'm also noticing that for this refresh model, we now have a Alcantara suede-like headliner, which previously wasn't available on the Sorento. That's a very nice premium touch that we actually have seen drop down from the Telluride. As far as other features, we have heated rear seats as well. The button for that is going to be on the door trim, as well as some cup holders. One of the really nice things about the Sorento is that we do have a third row. So like that new Santa Fe model coming out, we are going to have a third row on this. So in order to get back here, Kia makes it very easy. You just push this button right here. That tilts and slides a seat forward. And as far as the third row itself is concerned, once again, not really going to change for the refresh. However, this is a pretty nice third row. It's not bad overall. The legroom is very impressive. The thigh support is lacking, but overall leg and headroom are the most important things, and certainly we have plenty of that back here. I do want to point out we have 2 rear seats back here, so no 3 seating configuration, but we do have cup holders as well as USB outlets. No rear vents for the third row though. And let's check out the cargo area for the Sorento. So if we open up the power tailgate, it will also have the hands-free ability as well. You'll see the space behind the third row itself. Of course, it's going to be a manually folding third row, so in order to fold it, you just pull that little strap down there, and when you fold it down, you will notice a good amount of cargo space. The space figures should not change from the current Sorento for this refresh model, so you're still going to have plenty of room. As far as features are concerned, we do have a little bit of space up underneath it here, and we also have buttons to electronically fold the second row from the cargo area, which I certainly appreciate.
All right, so now it's time to talk about what you'll find under the hood powering this refreshed Sorento. So in this regard, we're actually going to see all 4 of our powertrain options carry on for 2024. So that means you will find 2 gas engines, a 2.5 naturally aspirated engine, a 2.5 turbocharged engine, as well as a hybrid and plug-in hybrid variant. Now, there is an interesting thing going on with this in terms of availability, so I might as well get into this right now. The ICE models, that would be the traditional gas-powered models, will be available in 2024 with the refreshed design. The hybrid and plug-in hybrid are available in 2024 with the old design, and those will be joining the lineup in early 2024 as 2025 models with the updated design. It's a little confusing, but that is how it is going with this refreshed Sorento. Now, in terms of other things, each of those models will come with their own transmission, so there's actually 3 different options on that. You also will have the availability of front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and fuel economy should remain pretty much the same, maybe a little bit of difference just in the overall aerodynamics. Lastly here, pricing should also remain about the same since this is a very competitive segment.
And guys, that's what we're going to leave off on our first look review of the refreshed 2024 Kia Sorento. If you're looking to buy a Kia Sorento or any new vehicle, we do want to remind you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. Now on our website, we have a tool that will connect you with local dealers in your area to get you the best price on your new vehicle. Additionally, it's going to give you access to invoice pricing information. If you want to take advantage of that, a link is provided in our video description. We do also want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Become a part of our Car Confections family, and if you're already a part of our family, thank you so much for your continued support. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.